farmers in Taraba State. Your storage problems are now over. The Taraba State government introduces new official farm sacks, the standard packaging solution for all agricultural products across our state. Through partnership between the Ministry of Commerce, Trade and Industry with the visionary network Apex Limited, we are introducing high-quality branded sacks featuring Taraba's identity. The key benefits include uniform standard sacks statewide, increased internally generated revenue for Taraba's development, proud Taraba branding showing the origin of farm produce nationwide. Distributors in Yangtu, Uganda and all local governments, this is your call to action. Farmers Association and Amana members, prepare for better storage. Dealers across Nigeria, get ready for Taraba's premium branded sacks. Together we build Taraba's agricultural future, one quality sack at a time. Taraba Sacks, protecting your harvest, promoting our state. Announcer Honorable Peter George, the Commissioner.
Are you stuck in Jalingo late at night? Need a safe and reliable ride fast? Introducing Supercab, Jalingo's trusted ride-hailing service from anywhere in the city. We will pick you up right at your doorstep. Book a ride in seconds. Safe, fast and affordable. Visit www.supercab.com.ng or download the Supercab app today. Supercab, your ride, your way.
Good evening, viewers. This is the news at 9 p.m. on SOM TV. Your undisputed source for truth, clarity, and the stories that shape our world. This is the pulse of the nation. Follow us on Facebook at SOM TV and catch our live stream on YouTube at SOM TV Live. Stay informed, stay empowered. Now let's bring you tonight's top headline. NYC Lodge commissioned in Taraba as Speaker Bonzina prioritized COP members' welfare. Police deny torture allegations against Sowore, cite lawful arrest and court-backed detention. The coastal communities demand share of maritime tax, oil revenue for security and development. International news. 10 killed in Gaza as Israel approves plan to seize Gaza City draws global condemnation. On business, 9 Mobile rebrand as T2 unveils new strategy to derive Nigerian's digital economy. Entertainment. Cubana chief priest misses Davido's Miami wedding over U.S. visa issues. And on sports, John Utaka appointed head coach of Montpellier women's team in France. I'm Bridget James, and now the news in full. Sandeep Oasis hosted TechX in Jalingo to equip young people with practical tech skills, career guidance, and entrepreneurship opportunities. CEO John Okeke said the event is about using technology to change lives, with the Oasis Hub offering free 3 months training from October. Commissioner Nongso Gideon called it the Taraba Tech Experience, pledging the state's commitment to digital literacy and skill development. Participants found the event inspiring, and organizers plan to make TechX a regular platform for innovation and growth in the region. SOM TV correspondent completes the report.
In Jalingo, young innovators have been given a fresh platform to drive as Sandleaves hosted a TechX, a landmark event team, Tech for Humanity, Innovation That Matters. CEO John Okeke said it was about more than gadgets and code. It's about people, idea and power of technology to change lives. He added that The OSIS, a free training hub starting in October, will give young Tarabans the tools to innovate, create and lead. The 2-day program drew industry experts, tech enthusiasts and aspire innovators for workshops, interactive section and career guidance.
We introduce people, the participants, to emerging technology and how they can leverage technology in their everyday lives. But the theme of this year's tech experience is Tech for Humanity, Innovations That Matter. And we chose that topic because we are looking at how to tell the world how technology has impacted humanity and opened the eyes of Tarabans to how they can leverage those innovative ideas that have been created by locals and other key figures to make life easier for themselves. Now, for the participation this year, we have participation like we've never had it before. The numbers exponentially. Well, we have well over 200 persons in attendance today, and the impact we are hoping to create in them, which I mentioned, is to guide them on how to use technology and how to benefit from it.
Commissioner for Digital and Economic Innovation, Honorable Nonso Gideon, described it as the Taraba Tech Experience, a gathering of bright minds united to build a future powered by skills and innovations. He noted the world is moving fast on technology and said Taraba will not be left behind. Under Governor Agbuke First, he said the state has invested heavily in digital literacy and skill development to open doors for youth, entrepreneurs and investors. Gideon stressed that platforms like TechX help turn knowledge into careers and entrepreneurial ventures. Organizers says the goal is to bridge the tech knowledge gap by exposing young people to practical skills, entrepreneurship, opportunities and the tools needed for success.
That they have come with ideas that will be implemented. So I call on you, if you have any innovation, any idea, anything you have in mind that you think the government should be doing in Taraba State, knock on our doors, meet any of our staffs, and we will sit down together, discuss, and see how we can implement it.
Participant describes the event as both enlightening and motivating, pointing to the value of hands-on training and mentorship from coding to creativity. Taraba's young talents are getting the skills to shape tomorrow, and with TechX here to stay, that future may arrive sooner than expected. Lillian Yakubu reporting for Some TV.
The National Youth Service Corps Lodge, constructed through the initiative of Honorable John Kizito Bonzina, Speaker of the Taraba State House of Assembly, has been officially commissioned by Alhaji Abubakar Bawa, Chairman of the Taraba State Chapter of the People's Democratic Party. Executed as a constituency project, the launch stands as a testament to Honorable Bonzina's commitment to addressing community needs, providing comfort for corps members, and fostering social development. The commissioning was described as an act of service dedicated both to God and the betterment of humanity, reflecting a spirit of leadership anchored in responsibility, compassion, and public service.
That was the official commissioning of Didonko Corpus Lodge, located in the local government area of the state. The facility was built by the Speaker at Taraba State House of Assembly, John Kizito Bonzena. Commissioning the lodge, the state PDP chairman, Abubakar Bawa, appreciated the people of Zinc for always choosing PDP over other parties, emphasizing that the party is proud of the Speaker, John Kizito Bonzena.
Yawancin NYSC idan aka tura su gari in sun zo ba masauki mai kyau, watakila wani ma doctor ne a cikin su, wani ma malami ne, wani ma daban-daban ayyuka daban-daban suka iya. Idan an tura su sun zo nan Zinc, babu wurin kwanciya, za su je su apply a mai da su wani wuri. Ko ba haka ba? To yanzu sun zo sun samu wurin da za su kwana lami lafiya, za su tafi
In a remark, the Speaker, John Kizito Bonzena, expressed satisfaction that the lodge will address accommodation challenges faced by co-members in the area. Recalling his youth service days, the Speaker said his experience encouraged him, saying he served in the southeast Nigeria and was lodged in a facility donated by a member representing that community in their state assembly.
Very soon, you will start seeing the impact of state government in the local government. Immediately, our governor comes back from journey, then the local government will certainly see the impact of the state government. We have discussed with him. We have earmarked areas that is going to work on them immediately. He comes back. So
Kizito Bonzena promised his constituents more developmental services, adding that he cannot treat them less, considering the mandate they entrusted in him. The Speaker handed over the keys of the lodge to the NYC coordinator, Taraba State, Ella Aji Williams. The council chairman, Davro Titus, as well as other stakeholders commended the Speaker for the initiative, promising routine maintenance in reciprocating the gesture accorded the community.
The Speaker happens to be one of the leaders, and indeed a good leader, a visionary leader, a leader that has his people in the mind. We must have to appreciate him because he has been doing a lot for his people. This is not the first of its kind. He has done so many projects across the 10 ways. If somebody is elected as a Democrat, he must show a concern and he must have a kind of concern to his constituency.
We appreciate the Speaker of the House of Assembly for constructing this edifice, this quarters for Corpus Lodge. This is the second one that he has constructed in the local government.
In an interview, the NYC coordinator, Taraba State, Ella Aji Williams, and the Corporate Liaison Officer, Zing, Jonah Namfwan, lauded the sponsor of the project, describing the gesture as a dream come true for co-members.
Like this, the global economic meltdown, someone takes it upon himself to do this for core members. Honestly, personally, I'm overly grateful, and I'm sure the management of NYC is also very grateful. Before now, we are packed in one place, but now that we have this, and this is not the first structure he's building. As he stated earlier, he built one in Yakobo already, and it's a very conducive one, very befitting accommodation. We appreciate him, and we pray he do more.
The Speaker, Taraba State House of Assembly, John Kizito Bonzena, has executed similar projects across the 10 wards of the local government area. This is the second to be officially handed over to the NYSC. The event featured award presentation to the Speaker, Taraba State House of Assembly, John Kizito Bonzena, by Bonzena Support Group for the Selfless Service.
The Nigerian police force has denied allegations of torture against activist Omoyele Sowore, stating his arrest was lawful and based on credible allegations, including forgery and cyber stalking. Police spokesperson DCP Olumuyiwa Ajejobi said Sowore was informed of the charges, granted bail within the Constitution's 48 hours limit, and is expected in court soon. The force described viral image of him with a bandage arm as misleading, noting he declined to independent medical examinations in custody. It stressed his detention is backed by a valid court order and urged responsible reporting, reaffirming its commitment to human rights and the rule of law. Coastal communities in Bayelsa, Delta, Akwa Ibom, Cross River, Ogun, Ondo, and Lagos have urged the allocations of a percentage of maritime tax and crude oil exports revenue to fund coastal security. Meeting under the Nigerian International Coastal Border Platform in Uyo, leaders called for community-led surveillance, intelligence sharing, and investment in maritime transport to boost economic activity. They also advocated cleaner maritime environments, climate resilience in border policies, and stronger cross-border trade ties. The summit, attended by governor, naval officials, and experts, stressed effective coastal border management as key to tackling piracy, fostering growth, and protecting the blue economy. Former Minister of Agriculture and ex-chairman of the Arewa Consultative Forum, Chief Audu Ogbe, has died at the age of 78. A family statement said he passed away peacefully on August 9, 2025, describing him as a man of integrity, service, and dedication to the nation and his community. The family expressed gratitude for the prayers and support received, requesting privacy as they mourn their patriot. Funeral arrangement will be announced later. The former president, Olusegun Obasanjo, has expressed shock over the death of former Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development and ex-national chairman of the People's Democratic Party, Chief Audu Ogbe. In a statement by his special assistant on media, Kehinde Akinyemi, Obasanjo, currently in Uganda, described Ogbe as a peace-loving patriot and committed Democrat whose political career spanned from the military era to the present dispensation. He highlighted Ogbe's role as Plateau State Deputy Speaker in the 1970s, Minister of Communications, PDP's chairman, and Minister of Agriculture, praising his contribution to governance and democracy. Obasanjo prayed for God's comfort for Ogbe's family. President Bola Tinubu has mourned the death of former Minister of Agriculture and ex-national chairman of the People's Democratic Party, Chief Audu Ogbe, praising him as a patriot with deep faith in Nigerians' potential. In a statement by his special advisor on information and strategy, Bayo Onanuga, Tinubu described Ogbe as a principled politician, accomplished farmer and seasoned administrator whose career began in the 1970s. He lauded Ogbe's contributions to agriculture, political stability, and democracy, noting his insightful perspective would be missed. Tinubu extended condolences to Benue State, Ogbe's family, and associates, praying for God's comfort and the repose of his soul. Niger State has launched Africa's largest shea butter processing plant, a 30,000 metric ton per year facility by Salid Agriculture Nigerian Limited in Kudu, Mokwa. Plans include expanding capacity to 400 metric tons daily and establishing a refinery. Partnering with GIZ and DFID, the company will organize women share note pickers into cooperatives. Governor Mohammed Umaru Bago announced a 2 billion naira MOU to boost jobs and allocated 10,000 hectares for shea cultivation, funded by Nexim Bank. The project includes rural clarification, education support, and environmental protection. Additional leaders and officials highlighted its economic potentials and urged communities to safeguard the investment for sustainable growth. The Gombe State Police Command has arrested 2 suspects for allegedly vandalizing transmission company of Nigerian infrastructure in Mararabang Tumu village, recovering 14 tower line channels. The suspect confessed to working with 2 accomplices still at large. In a separate case, 3 men were arrested for stealing a motorcycle worth 600,000 naira in Bajoga. 2 suspects admitted to the theft and hiding the bike in a third suspect house. It has since been recovered. Police said investigations are ongoing in both cases and warned against acts of sabotage, reaffirming their commitment to protecting critical infrastructure and ensuring public safety. The Nigerian Oil and Gas Supplier Association has suspended its strike over unpaid debts owned by IHS Towers, following interventions by National Security Advisor and the Nigerian Communication Commission, NOGASA, asserts the strike, which held diesel supply to over 16,000 telecom sites, was paused for 7 days to allow for resolutions, warning it will resume action without notice if debt remains unpaid. Alton had earlier warned the strike could disrupt nationwide telecom, banking, and emergency services. Members have been directed to resume supplies immediately, with efforts to recover lost time through round-the-clock operation. The Cyprus Students' Parents Association in Zamfara has again appealed to Governor Dauda Lawal to pay over 1 billion naira owed to Cyprus International University for 88 state-sponsored students. Chairman Ambassador Ibrahim Tudu said unpaid tuition accommodation, resident permits, and feeding have left students stranded, contradicting government claim of settling 290 million naira and offering return tickets. He accused the governor's media aide for misrepresenting facts and stressed that students stayed back at the governor's request, pending a parent's assignment. The association urged urgent settlements so students can complete their studies, expressing hope for a resolution between the state government and the university. Kano State Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf has sacked 2 senior special assistants over misconduct. Abubakar Umar Sharada, SSA on political mobilization. He was dismissed after an investigative committee found he masterminded the bail of drug baron Suleiman Aminu, Donwawu, Tasiu Adamu, and Roba, SSA in the Cabinet Office. He was removed for rebagging and diverting palliative grains in 2024. He's facing theft and conspiracy charges in court. Both were ordered to return government property and warned against presenting themselves as officials. The government cleared Honorable Musa Ado Tamiya of all allegations, reaffirming its stance on transparency, discipline, and zero tolerance for corruption. On to Jigawa State, the Jigawa State AFAN chairman, Engineer Awalu Garba Ibrahim, has urged the Consumer Protection Committee and Standards Organizations of Nigeria to intensify effort against fake and substandard fertilizers in markets, warning that high prices have encouraged counterfeits to exploit farmers. He noted that deceptive packaging makes it hard for rural farmers to detect poor quality products. Ibrahim commended the state government for selling fertilizer at over 50% subsidy and supporting civil servants with inputs and cash. He also congratulated AFAN's leadership on winning its appeal court case, saying the victory would strengthen unity, protect members' rights, and advance farming in the state. The African International Tourism and Economic Council will launch a major global tourism and economic initiative in Abuja on August 14, 2025. Vice President for Communication, Ambassador Kazim Balogun, he said the event aims to position African as hope for trade, investments, innovation, and cultural exchange through tourism, built at 6 pillars, including investment growth, brand elevation, and technology-driven inclusion. The program seeks to foster partnership and sustainable ventures with headquarters in Cotonou and offices worldwide. iTech World's launch in Nigeria marks a strategic milestone. Future events are scheduled for Addis Ababa in November 2025 and London in November 2026. The Nigerian Electricity Management Service Agency has strengthened its partnership with the Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria to improve public awareness on electrical safety and ensure compliance with technical standards and regulations. Managing Director and Chief Electrical Inspector of the Federation, Engineer Aliu Tukuru Tahir, during a visit to the radio house in Abuja, commended Radio Nigerian for supporting the agency's awareness program, including its long-running service and safety half-hour. He highlighted achievements such as modernized assets, new field offices, meter testing laboratories, and international certification. Director General Mohammed Bulama pledged greater collaboration through training, local languages, and programming, and outreach via the comprehension of 45 frequency modulation stations nationwide. The Atoja of Osogboland, Oba Jimo Olapibkum, has urged President Bola Tinubu to immediately release Osun State's withheld local government allocation funds. Speaking during the Osun Osogbo Festival in Osogbo, the monarch warned that the state's support in the 2027 election depends on fair treatment, stressing that Osun cannot be ignored. He said royal fathers were awaiting a leadership meeting on the matter and urged other traditional rulers to engage their governors. Oba Olapikun pledged to speak directly to the president if necessary, emphasizing that the funds should be paid to Governor Ademola Adelekes without delay. The federal government has commenced payments of the second tranche of the 35,000 wage awards arrears to civil servants, signaling continued efforts to fulfill its commitment to federal workers. In a statement on Friday in Abuja, the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation confirmed the disbursement, stating that the payment was part of the outstanding wage award, introduced to caution the impact of economic reform on public sector employees. The West African Examination Council has reviewed the result of the 2025 West African Senior School Certificate Examination earlier released on Monday. Speaking with reporters on Friday in Lagos, Head of National Office, Dr. Amos Dangord, said with the review, 62.96% of the candidates who sat for the examination had credit and above in a minimum of 5 subjects, including English language and mathematics. Fuji music maestro Wasiu Ayinde, Marshall aka K1, has tendered an unreserved apology over the ugly incident at the airport on Tuesday, August 5th, 2025. In a statement signed by the singer, he tendered apologies to all concerned, but firmly insists that he did not have alcohol in his flasks, but water. For misconduct at the NNPC Retail Limited, Ikorodu, Lagos, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited said it has sacked the pump attendant, suspended the manager, and issued the dealer a warning later. According to a press statement, the state-owned oil company issued on Friday in response to this incident, NNPC Retail Limited has taken the following action in line with its sanction grid. The African Democratic Congress has described the reported extortion of over 56 million naira from farmers in Zamfara State by armed groups as a sign of a failed state, calling on the federal government to put in place measures to address the situation. ADC, in a statement signed by its National Publicity Secretary, Malam Bolaji Abdullahi, he said situations where former farmers paid terrorists before they could gain access to their own farmland is a nationwide warning. The Dangote Petroleum Refinery has said that it supplies up to 40 million liters of petrol daily, refuting recent reports alleging a shutdown of its operation. In a statement on Friday by the group Chief Branding and Communication Officer, Anthony Chijimba, the refinery management categorically denied claims that truck loading had been suspended or that production had been interrupted. Bandits have again struck Suwa and Duak village in the Mushere chiefdom of Boko local government area, Plateau State, and killed 3 persons, including a pastor. It was learned that the attack occurred between 1 p.m. and 2 p.m. on Friday, resulting in the death of 3 individuals. Operatives of the Akwa Ibom State Police Command have arrested a suspected ritualist, Cletus Bassi, and recovered a firearm in the Uron local government area of the state. The command's police relations officer, DSP Timfon John, in a statement on Friday in Uyo, the state capital, he said the suspect was apprehended on July 29, 2025, at about 7 p.m. at his shrine located in Ungung Oko village, Uran local government. The immediate past Deputy Governor of Abia State, Chief Uday Oko Chukwu, has resigned as the member of the People's Democratic Party. In a letter signed by the former Deputy Governor and addressed to the PDP chairman in Elu, Ward Okporo Chafio local government area, which were signed by our correspondents on Friday. Okochukwu stated that his resignation was for personal reasons. The Nigerian stock market ended the week lower on Friday, with the all-share index falling by 0.56% to 145,754.91 points, and market capitalization dropping by 516 billion naira to 92,214 billion naira. The decline, driven by profits taken in several stocks, came despite a positive market breadth of 42 gainers against 29 losers. Champions Breweries, Union Deacon, Salt, Universal Insurance, Guinness Nigeria, and AXA Mansand led the gainers, while Obey, Motag Bank, Custodian Investment, Deep Capital, and the Initiates and the Nigerian Police Force Microfinance Bank topped the losers. Analysts link the pullback to waning momentum in insurance stock following the signing of the Nigerian Insurance Industry Reform Act of 2025. Nigerian's Communication Commission and IHS Towers are working to end a diesel supply blocked by Oil Workers Union that threatens to disrupt mobile service nationwide. The union blocked access to key depots in Lagos, Kaduna, and Delta State after IHS accused 2 companies linked to one union of diesel theft. A claim now under investigations, telecom operations heavily reliant on diesel generators due to poor paid grid power, and one prolonged shortage could cripple voice and data network in the 75 billion naira sector. The industry leader urged the disputes be settled legally, citing risks to critical infrastructure and public safety. Nigerian's mobile industry consumes over 40 million liters of diesel monthly, and operators are increasingly turning to solar and battery systems to cut costs and emissions. We're stepping away for a brief break, but stay right here. The big stories, the deep insight, and the voice that matters are still ahead. Only on Psalm TV, your window to the truth. Please don't go away.
Tirkashi ga dama ta samu, ina manoma da ke fadin jihar Taraba, dama ta zo gare ku domin matsalar ajiya ta kare. Gwamnatin jihar Taraba tana gabatar da sabuwar fatan buhu wato Taraba Farm Sack, buhu na hukuma don tattara dukkan amfanin gona a fadin jihar Taraba. Ta haɗin gwiwa tsakanin ma'aikatar kasuwanci, sana'o'i da masana'antu da The Visionaries Network Apex Limited. An kera sabbin buhunan masu inganci masu ɗauke da tambarin jihar Taraba. Wasu daga ribar amfani da su waɗannan buhunan sun haɗa da tsarin amfani da buhu ɗaya daidaitacce a faɗin jihar Taraba, karin kuɗaɗen shiga na cikin gida don ci gaban jihar Taraba. Tambarin Taraba a ko'ina yana nuna asalin amfanin gona a kasuwannin Najeriya. 'Yan kasuwa da masu rarrabawa a Yantu Ngada da dukkan kananan hukumomi wannan kira ne domin ku. Kungiyoyin manoma da mambobin amana ku shirya don mafita mafi inganci. 'Yan kasuwa daga ko'ina cikin Najeriya ku shirya karɓan buhuna masu inganci daga jihar Taraba. Domin neman karin bayani tuntuɓi ma'aikatar kasuwanci ta jihar Taraba. Mu gina makomar noma a Taraba da buhu guda ɗaya mai inganci da ɗaurewa. Taraba Sacks na kare amfanin gona da kuma inganta jiharmu.
Welcome back. And now let's move straight into what's next. On international news, at least 10 people, including civilians collecting aid, were killed in Gaza on Saturday as Israeli forces intensified operations following cabinet's approval to seize Gaza City. The move drew condemnation from the Palestinian Authority, which called it an unprecedented provocation, and from Arab and Muslim nations, labeling it a dangerous escalation. Germany announced caps on arms exports to Israel, while the UK pledged 8.5 million euros in new UN aid contingents on unrestricted delivery. Turkey urged Muslims' unity against the plan, and Russia warned it risks worsening Gaza's humanitarian crisis. Meanwhile, 5 Lebanese soldiers died dismantling munitions at Hazibur facility. Iran exposes disarmament, and the UN Security Council rescheduled an emergency meeting on the situation to Sunday. Ceasefire efforts continued with backing from Gulf states, though Hamas says it has not received details. And on business news, 9Mobile has rebranded as T2, unveiling new orange identity and strategy aimed at driving Nigeria's digital economy. The launch event in Lagos highlighted T2's focus on connectivity, lifestyle, creativity, and youth culture. Following its 2023 acquisition by Lighthouse Telecom and a landmark infrastructure sharing deal with MTN Nigeria, leaders including the Minister for Digital Economy and Lagos State Government praised the move for aligning with innovation and youth empowerment agendas. T2's rollout will feature brand experience, influencers, collaborations, and digital activations, with CEO Obafemi Banigbe describing it as a cultural movement designed to power a generation's ambition and digital expression. And on entertainment news, Cubana chief priest, real name Pascal Okechukwu, has revealed that long-standing U.S. visa issues prevented him from attending singer Davido's white wedding in Miami. In an Instagram post, he expressed mixed emotions, sharing joy for the couples, but disappointment over his absence. He said the setback has motivated him to reapply for a visa, appealing to the U.S. Embassy for approval. Ikechukwu noted that his wife and family attended to represent him and reiterated his hope to visit the U.S. soon. He previously disclosed that errors in his first visa application have repeatedly led to a denial despite multiple attempts. And on sport news, former Super Eagle forward John Utaka has been appointed head coach of Montpellier's women's team in France, replacing Frédéric Mendy. He would share duties with Baptiste Mele under sporting director Jean-Louis Sanz until the season's end, becoming the only African head coach in France. Top women's league. Utaka, who helped Montpellier win the 2011-12 league one title, previously worked with the club's youth team and briefly managed the women's side in 2021. Holding a UEFA license, he takes charge with the team, fifth in the season, one feminine, and will reunite with Nigerian striker Ifeoma Onumonu. And that's where we wrap up tonight's broadcast. But before we go, a quick recap of our top stories. In Taraba, a new NYC Lodge commissioned by Speaker John Kizito Benzina promises better welfare for COP members. The Nigerian police denied torture allegations against activist Omoyele Sowore, insisting his arrest was lawful. Coastal communities are calling for a share of maritime tax and oil revenue to boost security and development. Internationally, at least 10 people were killed in Gaza as Israel approved a plan to seize Gaza City, sparking global condemnation. And in business, 9Mobile has rebranded as T2 with a bold strategy to drive Nigeria's digital economy. Entertainment, Cubana chief priest missed Davido's Miami wedding due to lingering U.S. visa issues. And finally, in sport, former Super Eagle forward John Utaka has been appointed head coach of Montpellier's women's team in France. Stay tuned for more gripping stories and timely updates right here on Psalm TV. I'm Bridget James. It's been an honor having you with us tonight. From all of us in the studio, we wish you peace to guide you, progress to inspire you, and purpose to carry you forward. Thank you for watching and good night.
Are you stuck in Jalingo late at night? Need a safe and reliable ride fast? Introducing Supercab, Jalingo's trusted ride-hailing service from anywhere in the city. We will pick you up right at your doorstep. Book a ride in seconds. Safe, fast and affordable. Visit www.supercab.com.ng or download the Supercab app today. Supercab.